Does that mean I did a good job?
Really good job.
I'm surprised myself and the guest. Hi guys, welcome back to CGV's Home Cooking Season 2, and today it's the most wonderful time of the year. No, it's not Christmas. It's the Mid-Autumn Festival, and it's a traditional festival in Vietnam and in Asia. We all know about mooncakes from Disney, from lots of different things, but today I've been challenged to make a traditional Vietnamese cake that's also synonymous with the Mid-Autumn Festival, and that is Bánh Pía from Sóc Trăng. So today's ingredients are salty and sweet, just like me. We have wheat flour, we have some cornstarch mixed with a little bit of water, some salted egg yolks, some coconut oil, sugar, salt, mung beans that I've rehydrated for about 24 hours. We have water, vegetable oil, a little bit of tapioca starch, and finally, the main ingredient, durian. We're starting with the mung bean filling. So in this bowl here, I have 100 grams of mung beans that I've rehydrated. So we'll put that into the pan, about 300 milliliters of water. And then we'll turn the heat on and we'll cook it until they're soft. So this has been cooking for about 10 minutes now. And so we're gonna add 100 grams of water again, and the sugar and the salt. Now we have to find a power socket. Okay, we'll get this bowl. Hopefully this works. So we're going to blend this until it's really smooth, like I said. And then we're going to put this back in the pan, stick it back on the heat on about medium, and then we're going to add about 10 grams of cornstarch and 30 grams of water. I've managed to successfully mix some cornstarch with water. Okay, so that's warm, and then we're going to add this and stir it quickly, and then we're going to cook this on about medium-high heat. And the important thing is we can't stop stirring it like I just did for about 5 seconds, otherwise it will go lumpy. So you can see it's really thickening up nicely. The only times I've had bánh pía when I've been on kind of business trips down to the south, and we've always stopped off at the sort of the local restaurants and things, and they've had the bánh pía there. And actually, I quite like them. It took me a while to like durian, but now I'm a durian lover. So this is a good recipe for me. And now that it's starting to stick, I think we add some coconut oil. So we've got about 35 grams here. And then we'll continue to mix this. Oh, the smells really nice, actually. This is like episode 2. And I think having a non-stick pan is very important in this process. Okay, I'm gonna guess and say that's done. So we're gonna put it in the bowl, we're gonna let it cool down, and then we'll move on to the next couple of steps. Now that we've made the mung bean filling, it's time to make the durian filling. And actually, I love durian. Delicious. I've taken the durian meat off the seed. We're going to put this in, and then we're going to add just a little bit of sugar to that. I don't want to make it too sweet, and we've got about 40 grams here. So we're going to cook it for about five minutes on medium heat. Make sure it doesn't stick. So it's kind of changed colour here. It's a bit of a more rich yellow colour. And so we're going to take this off the heat. I think that's about done. And we're going to put this in a little bowl somewhere. Next up, we're making the first of 2 doughs. So we have 35 grams of sugar. We're going to add that to the bowl. 2 grams of salt. Naughty salt. 100 mils of water. So we'll just stir that to try and mix it in and dissolve it as much as possible. We have 30 grams of vegetable oil and 30 grams of coconut oil. It's easier if you've got kind of warmish water. And then we're going to add the oil to that mix. So it looks like it's pretty much all gone. And then we're going to try and get this big bowl of flour without spilling it everywhere. We're going to mix it for about 1 minute. We don't want to knead it too much because we don't want it all to be too tight, I think. We want it to be nice and flaky. We're going to slap it around a little bit. So it's created this nice kind of sticky but also oily dough. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. We've left it, we've covered it, and now it's time just to give it a slap. So we'll give it about 10 kind of slaps maybe a little tickle as well. So we'll cover that, we'll leave it for an hour, and then we'll divide it into balls, and then now it's time to make our other dough that goes inside. We're going to call it an oil dough. So 40 grams of all-purpose flour, 40 grams of tapioca starch, and 30 grams of oil. I think if we go in with our hands, slowly the flours will rehydrate. So once this is done, we're going to split it into small balls. It'll take a little while to stick together properly, but we can put that all into another bowl and let it rest just for a minute, just to make everything kind of help stick together. It's kind of crumbly, but I think that's about right. It's just the right texture that we can kind of press it together and make kind of small balls. Okay, so we've managed to weigh out about 10 of these. They're about 11 grams each. So I'll weigh out the final one, which weirdly is coming out a little bit heavier than the others. So we'll just ignore that. We'll throw some of that away. And then just press it in your hands. We have the main dough here that's been resting for about 1 hour. So just tear it off. And we're going to weigh it out into 48 gram balls. Okay, so we're taking each of these balls and we're just going to flatten them on your palm, just a little bit. Take your oil dough, although the main dough is quite oily, and we're just going to seal it up like that. So once that's all sealed on the edges, we'll put that here, ready to roll, and we'll continue with this for about, well, for all of the 8 balls that we have. So it doesn't need to be anything special. You're going to roll it out anyway, and it'll be good to go. So we have 8 balls. Take your 1 ball, and then using your rolling pin, so you can see, hopefully, it will be all throughout. So we're going to fold this into 3, and then the seam side up, we're going to turn it 90 degrees, roll it again, and then we're going to roll it like so, into nice little rolls here. Like that, beautiful. So we have 8 rolls that we're going to cover, and we're going to leave them to rest for about 15 minutes whilst we weigh out the fillings. So we have weighed out all of the mung bean filling and all of the durian, and we have our salted duck egg yolks here. What I'm beginning to realise as I'm doing the practice one before we started filming, I'm going to oil my hands just a little bit because everything's a bit sticky, and then we'll take one of the dough, one of the balls, it's not dough, make a little kind of well in the center, and then we'll take the durian, place that inside, carefully seal that around the durian. We're then going to take one of the salted egg yolks, which seem very big. Maybe we should have split them in half, and we're going to press that into the mix, and we'll spoon that onto an oiled plate. Okay, so the filling has been questionably filled into fillings, and now the pastry has sat for about 15 minutes. So we're going to roll this. It doesn't need to be a perfect circle, but we're looking for about 12.5 centimeters. Hopefully the oil in the pastry will basically make this easy to work with. What we're going to want to do is put it in the palm of our hands, take a filling that looks a bit more solid, fill that into the center, and then we're going to seal it up just like a ban bao. Fold all the edges in, and we're just going to squeeze them really tight into the center. And then we're going to use some scissors just to cut off the top. And then we're going to take some grease-proof paper, put it down, and then gently press down on it to make you a nice little BÁNH PÍA shape. You look okay. Okay, so the final step before baking is to make the stamp, and it's the best bit really. So we'll put a few drops, not really sure how much, but we'll just put the whole thing, why not? And then a little bit of water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a cotton pad, so we're going to submerge that. I found a plate. May need a second one. Perfect. And then we're going to hopefully but not successfully, print some images or some patterns onto it. Okay, so that one was better, okay. So I think they look pretty good. I'm quite happy with those. So we're going to bake these for about 15 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. Let's pray. And then we're going to take them out and then we're going to brush them with a little bit of egg, and then we're going to make this beautiful golden colour. Okay, so we're done. So without further ado today, can I introduce our guest, who is a lecturer, a chef, an ex-military man and a master of the culinary arts, Phan Nguyễn Quốc Thắng. Please, sir, I should bow down to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's my honor.
So you're a master chef. What's your experience with cooking? Is baking in particular?
Yeah, I'm more about baking than cooking. In my opinion, cooking is hard, but baking is harder.
So I've made bánh pía today. Do you have any experience with making bánh pía?
Not really. I have experience in eating it.
Okay.
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 Good.
So you know what's good and you know what's bad.
Okay.
So what would you look for in a good bánh pía?
Flaky shell, right? Not too sweet and flavorful filling.
Okay.
And also a lot of durian.
A lot of durian.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hopefully all of those things are satisfied today. So please, sir, please try one of my bánh pía.
Oh wow, nice. Smell really good. Nice.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow. Are you sure this is your first time?
It's the first time.
Promise?
I promise.
Okay.
Does that mean I did a good job?
Really good job.
I'm surprised myself and the guest.
Maybe it's too hot, so it's not really flaky, but it has layers.
Yeah.
See?
The top's flaked a little,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
The filling is not really sweet. It's good in my opinion. The durians, good. Really
Fantastic. How would you rate my bánh pía?
good. For the first time of making bánh pía, I think it's gonna pass with the flying color. The shape is not really good.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 8. I would say 8.
8. Well, that's good enough for me.
Okay.
Next time it'd be a 10.
Excellent score.
Excellent score.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's from a master chef, so I think that counts as like double. So that's like a 16 out of 10.
Okay.
So as is tradition with this show, we always take a selfie just so I can remember the hopefully high scores, and in this
Okay.
case, the high score from a master chef. So, okay, 3, 2, 1. What do you think I could have improved?
First of all, I think you should do this kind of pastry in more cooler environment. So the pastry and the filling is a little bit harder and firmer.
Okay.
So it's easy to work with, and also practice. The
Practice
more-
makes perfect.
I really thank you for your effort to making the Vietnamese culture go viral.
Well, viral, I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, I love Vietnamese cuisine and I love trying new things, so this series is great. Thank you for everybody who's watched this series so far, and thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you go out and make some bánh pía, maybe do a better job than me. As the chef says, practice, practice. And have a happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Thank you for watching.
Các bạn nhớ đón xem chương trình vào 8 giờ tối thứ Bảy hàng tuần trên kênh YouTube CGV Việt Nam.
Bye.
Bye.
Đẹp quá, đẹp trai, đẹp trai.